So I got a story here from DownIntoTheComics.com. Volition to prioritize fixing and improving Saints Row rather than delivering new content. This is actually a good thing because the game is buggy as shit. At least in my limited playtime. I'm sure others haven't had the have problems, possibly, but it is better to do that. Although this does mean admitting that they kind of fucked up. Basically, they had a blog post on the game's official website promising there was yet more content to be added. We're so excited that Saints Row is finally out and in your hands. More than 1 million players have taken Santo Alesso by storm and begun to build their criminal empires as the Saints. Oops. Statement continued. While we've been quietly working behind the scenes, we want to thank you for your enthusiasm, support, and feedback. Said feedback has been scathing as professional and independent critics load the game's dated gameplay, lack of identity, and numerous bugs. I didn't mind the gameplay. Me personally, it's like, yeah, it could have been better, of course. But, that's kind of like right in my wheelhouse. I loved all of the Saints Row games up until now. Although they were very different in certain ways, but, like the fourth one had a lot of, like, the superpower stuff, which is cool, but it wasn't Saints Row. But anyway, it was buggy as shit, too, at least in the beginning. Anyway, I said we're supporting Saints Row for the long term, while we'd have preferred to be talking about roadmaps and expansions right now. We feel the focus must be on telling you how we're going to improve the Saints Row experience for all players in 2022 and beyond. Volition admitted. Starting with bugs and fixes, the developer confessed they know there is still work to do to improve your experience in the game, and we are working hard on fixes to community reported issues and improvements based on your feedback. And a statement highlights the developer's recent hot fixes, asking players to follow the Patch Hub webpage and social media accounts for the most up-to-date Saints information and a peek at what we're working on. There's a lot more we want to do, and right now our development priority is delivering improvements over new features. In keeping with that, we're going to ship our first major update in late November to pack in as many improvements as fixes as we can. That's cool. It's one of the problems is, this November update will feature over 200 bug fixes and stability upgrades, and it will have a particular focus on challenges, overall stability, and co-op. We're especially aware of issues some players have been having with co-op, and we're sorry these fixes have taken longer than we expected while we apply and test them thoroughly. Separately, we know that the game doesn't always clearly explain how and when co-op is possible, so we're working on this too. In the meantime, please make sure you check the co-op guide for info on the best way to team up and tear up Santo Alesso with a friend. Maybe, basically what this means is that the game will actually live up to its potential, if you want to call it that, later, Then they talk about the quality of life changes and ongoing improvements, blah, blah, blah. It goes on. The quality of life improvements in this update are just the tip of the iceberg. These are wins we feel we can get to you quickly while we work on even bigger and better improvements based on your feedback. We plan to update you more regularly soon based on what changes and when. Okay. It's one of those things, okay. Now then they also talk about that they are having some content come out, but they got a cosmetic pack, a front and back pack to all players for free. If you own the game, all you have to do is go to your relevant platform store and download it. As seen below, the pack includes clothes and a vehicle that has 2 fronts to them. That one right there. Me personally, ain't no way in hell I'd drive this piece of shit looking thing. It looks like, ugh. It just looks stupid. But okay, it's free, so I guess you can't complain too much. Although some people might, but it looks stupid as hell to me. But whatever. And talk about 2023 will be a hugely exciting year for Saints Row owners with a raft of content, including all new story content, including an expansion pass, will also be available to buy separately. It's like, why in the hell would I buy the expansion pass now, or before the game came out? It's like the way games come out now, they're buggy as shit, dude. I ain't paying for shit I don't even know what it is. Anyway, talk about new areas, explore, and so on and so forth. They also come with even bigger quality of life updates, more free packs, and more stuff we're not quite ready to talk about yet. They're probably going to try to push out as much free cosmetic stuff as they can, because quite frankly the game it hasn't performed as well, and some of that might be the tone, because the characters, like the default boss, everybody makes their own boss obviously, but like the default boss, like as you can see, like that's an attractive woman, except with an unattractive haircut, basically. And you can sit here and argue, and it's because beauty's in the eye of the beholder and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, at least in my opinion, this is an attractive woman, but that haircut is god awful ugly. Like, I do not like it. It looks fucking stupid. The characters are fucking lame. I could go into that, the reasons why and stuff, but if you've played the game, you know why they're lame. If you haven't played it, you've probably heard that the characters are lame. And in my opinion, yes, they are. They are fucking lame as hell. They're a fucking bunch of dorks. But anyway, you could probably, you could maybe try the game for yourself if you want. Although I would wait until down the road till they have more patches and hot fixes and all that kind of shit come out for the game. It'll become better. But as for now, wait and see is the best thing I would say. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.